I understand that you're suffering. I don't suggest that I know precisely what you're going through and all the emotional stress that you're facing, but as a human being, I do know something about what suffering is like. But also there is a God, the infinite personal God, who loves you, the God who is not indifferent to your suffering. It is not his intention that you should have to suffer. This is not the way God intended humanity to live. So he is the one who is available if you will look to him for his grace, for his comfort, for his mercy. I do believe that, in a sense, that God weeps with us in our difficult times. As we see Jesus outside the tomb of Lazarus, for example, and he's weeping. He's weeping over what death and sin has done to the human race. It gives God no joy that you should be in this situation. Now you may be questioning as to that if God is that way, why didn't he stop it? That's not the way the world is. That's not what God has ever made a promise to. His promise is that if we know him in a personal way, he never leaves us and he never forsakes us. That his grace and comfort is always available for us. So it is that you have as your comfort, that which can help you to see beyond the moment, that can help you to understand, if not fully, to have something to hold on to that's greater than yourself. And that's the one who has loved you. You say, well, how do I know that God loves me? And I said, well, then I would argue, look to the cross. For there he never loved you less, and he can never love you more. So we know by historical acts that God loves us. It's a matter of turning to him, even in our difficulties. But we don't just turn to him because we're in difficulty. It's because our difficulty has brought us to realize things are really broken in the world I live. Is there any way beyond this? And of course, the Christian answer is yes. It's through Christ, the one who died and gave himself for us. But we need, as humans, Christians, to be reaching out, to embrace you, to comfort you. And there is a locator button above me where you can actually find a pastor who is in your area, who would be happy to sit down and to share with you what it is like to put your hope in God and how all of this can help you deal with this. It won't make it go away, and it won't mean that you won't cry. That doesn't mean it at all. You will continue to cry. It does mean that you have a hope when the day comes when you think you cannot go another day through this world, that there's nothing worth living for. When you know God, you know there is something worth living for. And it is that can be a real comfort to us and an encouragement to us to put, as it were, one foot in front of the other.